I used a colorful classroom classic to make this tribute to Haru Urara. Here's how I did it. This piece was made by melting crayons on glass, which is something that I have never tried before, but it turned out to be a lot of fun. To begin, I masked off Haru's silhouette using a thermal label that I printed her iconic victory pose onto, and then I got straight into melting crayons on the glass surface, cutting the crayons into small shavings to get a more even melt. For the color palette, I selected a variety of reds and pinks to match Haru's signature racing outfit. I was initially aiming for a cherry blossom design, but the wax turned out to be incredibly difficult to control, so I decided to just let it do as it pleased and go for a sort of splash effect. And I think it turned out pretty okay. Once that was in place, I added in some white for a little more visual interest, and my viewers also suggested that I add in some spots of colors around the edges of the design to add a bit more energy and really reinforce that feeling of an explosion radiating outwards. When everything was cool and set, it was time for the tedious and nerve-wracking task of peeling out the masking. I was hoping for a single satisfying pull, but that ended up not being the case, and I had to tear away the label bit by bit. The thermal label left behind a ton of adhesive, which I tried to scrape away with the toothpick, but I eventually had to come back later with some rubbing alcohol and Q-tips to get everything clean and spotless. Once I was satisfied with the touch-ups, all that was left to do was frame the finished piece. And here's the final result. Haru is a character that completely and unexpectedly captured my heart, and I am so happy that I got to honor her through this piece. So let me know what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts. Stay curious, stay creative, and I look forward to what we will create next.